Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, as we say. I don't know why we say that, but that's our thing. So we're going to get into it today. Stock market Friday's results. We had a bit of a green day, I think, so that's good news. Crypto bounce back, green day. That's kind of good news. Pulse chain, a bit of a bounce back. Green candles. That's good news. So green news all around, and then we got Gladiator games, a tournament number 3 this weekend. And of course, the return of the Empire is on. So tournament number 3, the return of the Empire, and it has got a good number of players already, growing every weekend. And so the prizes are probably going to grow every weekend as well. And of course, it's going to be a lot of fun as well. So the first big game on Pulse Chain going to be pretty fun. All right, so let's get into it, and let's say hello to a few people who's in the house. No one's in the house right now. Wow, we got an empty chamber there, so get in the chat there. But in any case, share the show around on X. That really helps, so smash that repost button. And of course, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. We're streaming on the Crypto Night Show. We're streaming on Superman Crypto. We're streaming on Pulse Chain X, and I'm thinking of adding some more, but I'm going to have to upgrade to add more. So yeah, pretty awesome. So get in there, and of course we're streaming on X as well. So don't forget to smash the follow over there. We got Pulse Chain Animal in the house there. Hello, good to see you. And I like the old Pulse Chain colors there on the old profile pic ring of Pulse Chain. So it's kind of cool. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? So we start off kick it off with the stock market and see how we're going with the economic news as well. Before we do that, though, we've got Sean in the house. Morning all. Good to see you, Sean. So let's jump over to the stock market news and catch up on all the happenings there. So Friday's results, end of the week, S&P 500 in weekly loss. We had, not too bad at the beginning of the week and then pretty bad during the middle. So it's the snapped a 3-day losing streak between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we've got the Dow Jones at the moment up 0.65%, 300 points. So not a bad day for a Friday close. Is that boding well for a good weekend pump? What do you guys reckon? And we might get a bit better results for this September. We're still in September, guys. September's not over until September's ends, right? September's not over until it ends. 46,247 on the Dow Jones. For those that are not familiar, the Dow Jones has kind of got 30 of the big industrial firms in it, one would say. S&P 500 is up 0.6%, 39 points to 6,643. And the NASDAQ with all the tech companies like the big AI booms, they're up 0.44%, or basically just under 100 points to 22,484. So that's where we are in the market. Let's have a look at all time. We can see all time there. We're really at the top of all these things. So Dow Jones in a little picture there, you can see that. The S&P 500 around all-time highs there. And the NASDAQ as well. Pretty cool. Let's have a look at the last year. I can say we're really high, really high right now. Now, US dollar is at 97.82. Commodities at the moment, we got West Texas is up 1.1%, and at 74 cents to $65.72. Brent oil per barrel is at $70, up 1% as well. So we're getting a little bit of a drift to the upside in the old oil prices at the moment. Gold, though, is still on a tear. And that is at $3,809, just off the all-time high, which is pretty crazy. Let's have a look at the last month chart, just to give you an idea of that. Look at that, pretty amazing. We're just off the high. I think we're $3,816 per ounce. So if you're out there in the middle of the backwaters, maybe you're up in North Carolina, they have gold up there in those hills, the Blue Hills, is it? Or if you're over in Colorado in the rivers, gold rivers, the old miners, I don't know. But if you're anywhere there's gold mining, maybe go back to the backwaters, look for those little crevices, those little places where the water flows. Maybe you might pick up some gold. It's a lot more expensive now, $3,809. We got silver at the moment, $46.65. So silver on an absolute tear, isn't it? Absolute tear, and we are still very bullish about where that will go. $75 to $125 was our price range, remember? And that is going pretty well, the old silver. So if you got a bag of silver, you're doing pretty well. Now, I saw someone say, why would you buy Bitcoin when you can buy 2,000 ounces of silver or something? I just thought that they definitely don't know the economics. But that was pretty funny to see that comment. So yeah, silver there at the moment. Market cap's about $2.5 trillion. That's based on all the silver mined, etc. But a lot of that gets lost, right? You guys know that a lot of it gets lost in electronics and other stuff. So silver and market cap, and the Bitcoin market cap was about 2.2. That was yesterday. So there's a little gap between the silver and the Bitcoin market. But really, it's just about supply and demand, right? So it's as simple as that. All right, let's go over to the results. So with PCE, so as you guys know, there's two main gauges of inflation, right? Retail inflation, the CPI, Consumer Price Index, and the PCE. And of course, the PCE there is the preferred gauge of the Federal Reserve. It's a broader measure of inflation, and that is currently it was released on Friday. So there we go. The underlying it pretty much matched expectations, so no big drama there. The underlying measure of PCE inflation cooled to 2.0% month on month and matched July's pace of 2.9% on an annualized basis. So July, August there, pretty much 2.9%. No real change there for that. And Fed policymakers closely watching that metric, of course. So no real change in inflation. That's good news for the Fed. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Supervision Michelle Bowman continue to call for the Fed to act decisively, suggesting that further rate cuts are needed amid soft jobs market and timid inflation. And we say amen to that. Recent data show a materially more fragile market, along with inflation that, excluding tariffs, has continued to hover not far above our target. The markets from Bowman, who is well known to be more dovish leaning than a member of the Fed. In other words, softer on the rate rises and therefore decreasing the rates is the preferred play, as opposed to hawkish would mean keeping high rates. Early this month, Powell signaled that a patient approach to further rate cuts were needed as Fed has to balance the risk of higher unemployment and faster inflation, while we just saw inflation come in flat. He's also admitted to around the not really impact from tariffs, so he's really boxing himself in the corner now, but he is a Democrat, so good luck. Good luck to us all. Data released on Thursday highlighted some strength in the world's biggest economy. Second quarter gross domestic product, of course, revised upwards to reflect much stronger growth in the economy than initially expected. And we are expecting that, right? So we're expecting the golden age of America to really be put in place with Trump's obviously tax and obviously the tariffs as well, and all the economic policy has been doing around trade renegotiations and things like that. So he's dealing with the three big issues: the trade deficit, the federal budget deficit, and of course the public debt. So those are the three things that he's trying to deal with, and it should have been done a long time ago. But it's taken decades to get there. That's pretty much it. So yeah, kind of cool. Intel benefits, of course. So we got that's kind of where we are. I think that's where we finished there on the economic update. So really look at the expectations around the interest rates. So we got the Fed rate monitor. Let's have a look at that. So 4 weeks and 4 days to go. So really a long way to go until the next interest rate meeting. It's the end of October. As you guys know, October is typically Uptober, but there probably won't be all positive news in October. So we'll see how that goes. So far, we've still got that interest rate path expected to go down, that dovish path. So that should lead us very, very well into October. But we'll see. That's at the end of October. So the market's at the moment pricing in 91% chance of a rate cut to 4%, currently at 4.25, right? December at the moment is got another 25%. The market expecting 64%, so 2/3 of the market expecting another 25 basis points. So we're still getting to that 75 basis points by the end of the year, which is equivalent to three quarters of a percentage point, right? It's kind of where we are, but we do have the market. I think in January, we got a quarter of the market in January, expecting another 25 basis point cut there. But as we move into January, right, we are then getting up to the replacement of Powell, which is coming up, I think, in March. So that is going to be important, and of course that means we'll have a more dovish, leadership. Hopefully, they're trying to reposition the whole Fed Reserve presidents there around that. March 18th, we've got only 10% of the market expecting another 25 basis points. So, but we do have that kind of sentiment. And of course, as that grows, that means, interest rates get cheaper. They can collateralize the US public debt as well, lower interest rates. But really what it means for us in crypto is that we're going to have risk on, more risk on, generally speaking. So that's the good news there. And more borrowing, right? More borrowing, cheaper to borrow on your house, etc. All of it benefits everything, right? So that is kind of where we are right now on the Federal Rate Monitor. So that's our kind of update there around the new economic news. What else? We've got record monetary printing, right, going on. So I think the M2 money supply is at 22.2 something trillion. So it's really on the record levels. So, with lots more money slushing around, lower interest rates, that bodes well, right? Bodes well for us. Bring it on. Now, the one thing we are watching, of course, is the business cycle. So, that is something that we're keeping an eye on in terms of the manufacturing index. So, it's suggesting at the moment, because we've got a delay in interest rate cuts, that we may end up getting a much longer cycle. So moving from 4 years to 5 years is a big thesis out there, and that does look very realistic under the golden age of America. So, it's going to be interesting. 2026, baby, bring it on. Extended market, everyone's going to love that. So that's kind of where we are right now. We have a few little hiccups that possibly could happen. Obviously, the government shutdown, Democrats, trying to blackmail to get public shut down based on illegal immigrants getting paid for, I think, medical insurance, something like that. And so that's not a winning ticket. It's not a winning ticket. So they've got a bit of that going on to shut the US government down. But either way, Trump wins out of that. So that's a pretty stupid play. But got very few plays left. But we'll see where they go. That is where we are right now. Let's jump into the crypto market. So we're going to go full screen on that and check that out. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well. We got Blair in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Sean says still buying the dips. Nice. Bang bang Pulse Gang from Frank White. Big shout out. And we got Eddie as well. Hello, future millionaires. I like that one. Now, the title of the video, of course, is Will Richard Hart Shock the Crypto World? We're going to talk about that when we get to Pulse Chain. And, of course, Gladiator Games Tournament 3, the Return of the Empire, is live, and there's $650 prizes this week. But there are more people playing, and so let's see how that goes. I haven't even joined up yet, so I'm not even on the thing yet. I've got to get on myself. I'm going to be joining after the live stream to the tournament. So you guys got to beat me to it. Got to beat me to the tournament. Yeah, boy. We'll talk about that coming up in a minute. Right, let's see. Meet you on a battlefield. I'm an average player. Let's be fair. If I keep saying I'm an average player, then I'm gonna be awesome when I get in the game. Okay, so just average player. All right, let's move on before I get rug pulled out of here. We got the total market cap at 3.87 trillion, so still pretty cheap, 1.3%. We got coins, 18,884 coins on CoinGecko. We got Bitcoin right now. And can you give me a B? B. Give me an I. Give me a T. T. Give me a C. C. Give me O. O. Give me I. Give me an N. What does it spell? Mad gains. All right. The twists and turns of the Crypto Night Show. We're at 24 hours. We got Bitcoin up 0.4%, 109,717. But the good news there is the Ethereum has popped back over 4,000, and that's up 3.6%. We're going to talk about that in a minute because we've got some insights around that. So we'll talk to that. XRP right now, number 4, is up 1.7% at $2.79. We've got BNB at number 5, is up 1.8% at $961. So not back over 1,000 yet, but it'll get there soon, I'm sure. Solana at the moment up really nicely, 6.8% at $205 at number 6. Doge at number 8 is up 4.5% at 23 cents. And then number 10 to wrap up our top 10, we got Tron up 2% at just below 34 cents. Now, Cardano or ADA, of course, had a bit of a struggle time, but is actually up 3.9% today, and that is at number 11. The gap between them is about 3.2, just under $3.2 billion right now. So, they were fighting, but now, Cardano's got to have a couple of nice days in the office to catch up. So that's kind of where we are with the top 10. The best performer in the top last 24 hours is essentially a Doge up 4.5%, but Ethereum there making a really nice play up 3.5%. Best performer over the last week, I guess, is Tron. Yeah, only down 1.9% is Tron. So that's where we are. All right, so top gainers in top 500, top 100. Sorry, not 500. Aster, damn you, Aster. Aster's back. Aster's back again. Aster's been sucking a lot of the air, isn't it? So Aster there is at number 50 rank at the moment. Top 100 is up 143% for the week and 6.7% for the day at $2.03. So that Aster. And you can see Aster anytime you want. But Aster's been around since the 19th of September. So, what's that? 8 days, just over a week now on the BNB chain, sucking out all the energy out there, sucking out all the energy. Asterdex.com. Let's have a look at it. Decentralized perpetual contracts trading, and that is been performing like a boss, isn't it? I don't know the eligible for the airdrop. Yeah, I think you have to participate in some particular thing. I don't think it's some sort of general airdrop. We do know that was it MetaMask? Was it MetaMask? I think it was MetaMask was considering doing a token now. So if I think it was going to be based on DeFi usage or something, probably swapping and all that sort of stuff on there. So we'll keep tabs on that because everyone's been using wallets in here for years, right? Who knows what it will qualify? I'll keep an eye on that one too. That's Aster though, perpetuals. What else? Let's go back to the top 100 here. We've got Flare, number 76, up 10 or 11% for the week. Most of that is today, up 9% there. Number 17 is Figure Hallock. That is up 2.8% today, or for the week, 1.8% today. Mean Core up 2.4% for the week. Number 43 up 10% today, and Mantle there at number 5. Or number 39. It's the fifth best performer last week, 2.3%. So not a lot of gainers are there in the last week there. Really, the only standout is probably Aster and maybe Flare's okay, up to 11%. Top 1,000 gainers, we've got Alpine F1, a team fan. That's up at number 1 there, up 125%. SQD is up 90% there, and Open VPP up 92%. So let's have a quick look at these three in the top 1,000. Well, this Alpine price is, what is it, number 771. It's been around not too long, is it? Well, actually, a couple of years, actually. February 23. It is coming off the bottom there recently in June. It was at 67 cents. Has now been absolutely rocketing from $1.97, $4.76. It's on BNB chain there, and it's connected to Binance.com apparently. So there we go. Binance.com coin. Let me know in the chat there if you're familiar with that one. The next one is SQD. Looks like it's moved. Is it moved? But that is number 395 right now. It launched on the 17th of May last year. It is pouncing from a pretty low point here, 7 cents to now 18 cents. And I think that's on Avalanche chain from the looks of it. It's got some interesting developer sites here, Subsquid. So it looks like some sort of developer site, is it? Data Lake for AI agents, another AI agent site from the looks of it. Lots of products and features on there. And the next one was for the top 1,000. It was, they flipped around, haven't they? They flipped around. They got Aikido there, so we'll have a look at that. We had a bit of flipping there. I guess it's top 1,000. They're likely to move around a lot. But this is not 730, and this has been around since August 2025. So what's that? About 3 weeks, something. It's bouncing here from 1/10 of a penny. Sorry, at 1/4 cent now, right now. BNB chain, Keto.fun. And this is wrapping up our top 1,000 look there. AI platform. So we've got AI agents, AI platforms. Kind of cool. We have looked at this before, this one. I remember doing that. So that is kind of cool. And that's sitting at number 730. So lots of stuff. I mean, if you went through all of these, maybe top 2,000-3,000 coins, you probably find some interesting little projects there. Probably use some filters to get to the good ones, maybe a bit faster. But that is where we are right now. Now, many of them will just fall flat, right? Many of them will fall flat. So you've got to be really hypercritical about any of the AI ones. And there will be some good ones for sure. But you really need to become really good at picking off the winners and the losers. Losers! All right, so that's pretty much it. So total trending, we got Undead Games trending, Apex trending, and Aster trending there. So they're on the move. And that leads us where we are. So it's 3.87 trillion, down up 1.6% today. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, $109,669, up 0.4%, and the market cap at $2.2 trillion, which is just below where silver is, right? Just below where silver is, probably at about 2.5, 2.6 trillion with all mined. So, it's probably an overinflated market cap. So Bitcoin probably in real terms is bigger. But then, you could argue that Bitcoin itself has 3 or 4 million lost coins as well. It's like the Lost Boys and Peter Pan. Oh my God, the Lost Boys. All right, so enough stupidity. Let's go. Okay, I got that reference there from what's that? The Aliens TV series. I binged on all episodes last night, at 9 episodes something, and it was actually pretty good for a TV show. So it was not too bad. All right, so let's move on into the next one. We're going to get into the actual charts for Bitcoin. So let's do that. And we got Bitcoin deep dive. So this is our chart that we've been following. It's been very reliable. And we can see that, let's take away the overlays for a moment. We've got the 50-day at the moment at 113,772. We are currently at 109,657. So we're a couple $1,000 below that, but we're above the 200-day, which is $106,221 right now. And we're looking pretty good for that run into the end of the year. As I say, we've still got the Democrats still trying to do stupid things, around threatening shut down the government, all sorts of stuff. They lose either way on those things, but that's what they do. They are destroyers of worlds, destroyers of worlds. And so that's going to be 109,658. Trump is building the world, and of course, looks like they might have. Trump's talked about having a peace deal coming out of Gaza. He announced that just a few hours ago. So that just leaves once they get that down, that sort of leaves the Ukraine thing. Obviously, there's a lot of part of the process to make that happen, but it's heading in the right direction. Although he has detached himself to some degree from Putin and the Ukrainian one, so we'll see how that path of trying to get peace goes. All right, that is where we are right now on Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum at the moment has done pretty well. Our bearish scenario, our little bearish triangle, it's sort of bounced pretty around the same area. We had 37, 38 on that, and that's pretty much where it's gone to. And we've had a nice little green bounce from the area, which is this indicated that negative scenario, and that is the case there. Now the positive scenario was just the longer term one. It's got the bigger triangle here, and this is based on Tom Lee's analysis, given the fact that he is driving there are a good group of ETH strategic reserves acquiring, but he is driving the narrative as well as the price. And as we know, he wants to buy really cheap Ethereum, and he's just been given gift after gift after gift. Weekend selling the Ethereum down, and he's been eating it up. So it's a sucker's game. And I saw Ivan on Tech talking about Tom Lee must be worried. Tom Lee's not worried. Tom Lee is super excited. He's got to buy 3.5 million more Ethereum, for goodness sake, and he's been given idiots Ethereum. So everybody, all the idiots that are selling, all the short, even the people playing the market makers, playing the dumpers game, all that sort of stuff. Exchanges shorting out their longs, etc. That's Tom Lee loves it. Thank you very much. Tom Lee's like, thank guys. I'll take your Ethereum, because he needs to buy 3.5 million. And what did he say in his interviews? I want to buy it cheap. I want it cheap. I don't, I'll pay for it at higher prices, but I want it cheap. And so he's just laughing himself silly, old Tom Lee. Tom Lee's price is there at $8,000 at the bottom end for the end of the year, and at the top of the year, 15 to 16K. And that's not the top of the cycle call, right? So he's been talking about $30,000, $60,000 Ethereum, and of course he's even got bigger prices over 10 years. You can talk about $400,000 priced Ethereum and things like that. He says that the Ethereum play is the best performing market play over the next 10 years. So that's the longer view from Tom Lee. And so we're expecting some pretty bullish run as well with the 4-year cycle, potentially going into 5-year cycle with the delayed next with the business cycle, and of course interest rates pushing it into 26, plus with all the awesome policies that are coming out of the Trump administration with the golden age of America. And we've covered that, right? Tariffs, taxes, and of course regulations or deregulations in many cases. It's kind of the play. Right, that is pretty much looking good. So we're going to keep tracking that. Now, it doesn't mean that we haven't got issues around the government shutdown thing. Interest rates, I think, is pretty much caked in. We'll still have maybe a few minor issues there. I still think that's caked in, especially with this inflation rate coming in flat. And the tariffs, they're not really having an impact. So that is kind of where we are right now on the old markets there. So for Ethereum, and we're going to have a look at the strategic reserve there. We've got, let's take away the overlays. Let's quickly look at the prices. So at the moment, we've got the 50-day at $4,217. We've got the 200-day at $3,400. And we're at a similar picture to Bitcoin in many ways. We're sitting at 4,027 back over 4K, which is kind of cool. Getting ready to rumble. And of course, what's happening with the strategic ETH reserve with the big buying demand? Well, we've got at the moment, our last update was the 24th, which is FG Nexus. We probably won't get another update by my guess until Monday, Tuesday, which would be, essentially the 29th, I think it would be. So, Bitmine's been giving, updates about every week or so, not entirely, but, 22nd, 15th, 8th, so pretty much every week. So we'll keep a track of that. So we're expecting 29th to get another update there. And what have they been doing? Well, the good thing about the blockchain is that you can see. You don't have to wait for public disclosures. You can see, right? So here we've got a little bit of a snapshot here over the last on-chain data confirms the past 2 days. Bitmine immersion, which is the number one, right? But number one there, they currently got 2.4 million. They're after 6 million. They only got 2.4. So they've got to buy another 3.5 million. They have been buying, guys, this dip. They've been buying this dip. So, people that are not clued in, like Ivan on Tech, doesn't know what's happening. This is what's happening, guys. On-chain bet there 2 days, they've been accumulating a colossal 233,000 ETH for a staggering $950 million. This isn't just buying a dip. This is a high conviction bet on the future of Ethereum. Follow the smart money. So there we go. And of course, you guys know he's went to raise $20 billion. And he's going to be buying a lot of money. And also they've got issuance of stock, right? Selling stock and getting that capital and then buying more Ethereum. So they've got a number of ways of accumulating more Ethereum. So it's a big deal. So I can see all the Ethereum they're buying at the time. So 13,000 lots, 14,000 Ethereum, 13,000 Ethereum, $54 million, $39 million, $53 million. So these guys, 124 million buying 31 ETH there. So these guys are buying. And not only are they buying that, but they're also buying more, right? Buying. So we've got the Kraken hot wallet there, Bitmine. So this one here was Kraken. So they've been buying a lot, and Falcon X as well, hot wallet. So Kraken and Falcon X wallet, they've been buying. So you can see all that, buying more ETH. So almost $1 billion. So these guys are buying. And honestly, Tom Lee's laughing himself silly. So we should expect another big disclosure there coming up for the ETH reserve. And by that counts, we're going to be heading up to, maybe 2.7 or so. I think there was someone made a little mark here on that. Let me just see. Sorry, I accidentally jumped out of it, but let's scroll down here. MS, there's 3 hours ago, looking at the trading volume this week, past history. I must have accumulated 250 to 300K ETH, expecting next ETH holding to be about 2.7, 2.8, and you can see we're at 2.4, so that's going to be a big jump up. Now, they're not going to be the only one in the market looking to buy Ethereum. All these other institutions, of course, are looking to buy Ethereum, and of course, we can see them. If we go to the SER treasuries, we've got now 17 that are publicly declared that are buying, and they've got a long way to go. So it's game on there. But Tom Lee is showing the way, leading the way there. So that's pretty cool. That is our crypto coverage there. Let's get back in the chat there. We've got a couple of people in the house. We've got Luna in the house there. Hey, gang, good to see you, Luna. Big shout out. Now, if you guys haven't shared it around, of course, don't forget to share around the show on X. That is the link right there. So share the show on X. It'd be really, really great. All right, let's bring up into the next section. We're going to go to Pulse Chain and get into a bit of the topics that we got on the title of the video. Will Richard Hart shock the crypto world? What do you guys reckon? Let us know in the chat. Will Richard Hart shock the crypto world? Now, many people are holding on to the thesis that Richard Hart will no doubt pump the chain later in the piece, obviously waiting for Ethereum to have its big run. Now, how exactly, that Richard's got other capital that's not inside the Pulse Chain sack that we saw earlier. But, obviously, if you can make that sack go to billions of dollars, why wouldn't you do it? Now, the question is, obviously, other funds out there, will there be God mode candles as hinted in Richard Hart's video at the beginning of this year? We shall see. But obviously, there's lots of tools in his toolbox that he can move on to Pulse Chain. And the first one, of course, that he's doing at the moment, we already covered in a presentation the other day, all the ones that have done earlier in the year. But all the ones that he could do that he's running at the moment is the marketing promotions, right, with other supporters, backers there. In good old California, I think is the where the beehive is. So that is pretty busy, and they're looking to do at least a million little iPads out to people before Christmas. So he's already running that strategy at the moment. But also, we also know that he's very keen on interest rate cuts. And so and maybe that could be a signal of a sooner than later little God mode candle or something. We will find out. We will find out in due course. So that is some of the stuff we're expecting with that. And of course, as Richard Hart said himself, this could happen now that he's done already moves with thinning out liquidity on Pulse Chain.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
So that could happen, in the future. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Obviously, Richard wants everyone on the chain to keep working, to keep buying, keep building, keep sharing the word. Right? Richard keep it's very important. Obviously, at the moment we've got Liberty Swap and Hyperlane ramping up the bridges. So we're going to be connecting 40 and 130 chains respectively, at least up to that amount. Obviously subject to liquidity setups, but those are looking awesome and seamless. Right? Seamless. We're also getting a lot more DeFi being built. Recently, we saw Coast launch Tide, right? A balancer fork, another balancer fork. So a V3. I think is that our second or third balancer fork? We know Famous has got a balancer fork, but I'm not sure if there's a dead balancer fork out there, but probably is the fork one. But yeah, so we've got two at least operational ones out there. Very good for stable coins. We saw Richard Hart also do stable coins as well on PulseX. With the trifecta stablecoin pool. So yeah, there's lots of cool things happening there. We know that stablecoin is going to be a mega boom in the crypto. We already see the EU today. You take their declarations as for what they are, but 9 banks apparently going to be setting up stablecoin on Ethereum chain. So the Ethereum boom for stablecoins are going to be happening, and Pulse Chain needs to share in that glory. So the more things that are happening around that, the better. And of course, so we can get a lot more leverage play in there as well. So really, Pulse Chain has to start thinking more sophisticated, and there are many people out there thinking that way, and less of a Wild West chain, less of a meme chain, even though that's always going to be there. But we need far more sophisticated investment products and stable coins and everything else like that to really mature the chain. Maturing the chain, very important for long-term value. So yeah. All right, so that is kind of where we are right now. Well, let's get on to the day there, day 868. We've got the price of Pulse at the moment, quadruple 034, up 7.2%. So hooray, hooray, hooray for that. I guess we should celebrate that, right? We should celebrate that. Yep. We got PulseX right now at quadruple 023, up 7.14% as well. And their buy and burn sitting at 7.79%. So that's pretty good too. We've got incentive token there at $1.36, up 5.5%. And the big one performer there is Hex at the moment, 0.8 of a penny, 9.3%. So that's a pretty good move there from the old Hex. So congratulations. EHEX is pretty flat though. EHEX is the same as it was yesterday by my count, 2300 of a penny, maybe up very tad maybe, but combined price EX and PX is back over 1 cent. So that is awesome news, guys. Awesome news indeed. I just did that last horn just to wake you up, make sure that you guys are awake. So we're at over 1 penny and almost at, hopefully head towards 1.1 penny today on the old Hex. Now we've got gas prices right now, 980,000 beats, a little higher than usual. We've been, about 600, probably 700, 800,000 beats. 1 cent for a PulseX spot right now, which is cool. Validators, we got 52,732. Looks a bit similar to yesterday. We've lost a couple hundred over the last couple of days, but that's it. The bridge right now, $106 million. So that's pretty cool. Great to see the bridge doing well. We're up. With my count, we're up about 2.1 million. That seemed about right from yesterday. I think we're at 103.9, so that's good news on the old bridge. And of course, the Pulse Chain SAC, and of course, how will this might be used? We'll see in the future. But 42 million, 6.7%, and we're at 270 million now. You guys know we were a $250 million only 4 or 5 days ago. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I know that. Too many ghetto movies. It is what it is. I've been watching this comedian. He does all that sort of ghetto comedy stuff. He's pretty funny. Got to remember his name now. So that is Pulse Chain, and of course, will Richard Hart struck the world? He's got all these pieces, these chess pieces, and when will he move each of them? Right, we know he's moving the marketing one right now. That's going to take time to ramp up, right? But yeah, green candles. The bridges are linking up. They're not finished yet, so that's got to be a delayed sign, right? We want to have more of those the chains, particularly top 10 chains, access to those. Really fluid. The Pulse chain. We saw that the bridge was updated to 1.1. So Richard's on the move, guys. Richard's on the move. So don't despair. Richard's on the moves. He's been doing things as him and his team. So yeah, we've got these things into play. So feel some confidence in that as we move forward. And of course, the dips are in the game. Worth picking up, right? Worth picking up there. Fresh capital, fresh gains there. Anyway, we're up to date. That's where we are. Let's see how we go there. And Richard there, he's in it for glory. Wants to change the world. And at least for those that believe, the believers. And I'm not talking about Justin Bieber believers, although they have their own right to believe in the Beeb, but actually, and the Richard Hart. So we're staying tuned into that. All right, so let's jump over to the rest of the markets. The old Pulse chain, we got $13 million. So we're back down to where we have been for most of the time. Yesterday was a bit of a blip with a down market. But we're back to 12 to 13 mil, so very low. And let's be upfront with each other. Let's not beat around the bush. But we've got a number of gainers today, so that's the good news. Pulse chain's up. We've got a number of gainers on the market now. We've got GHEX here. It's just a pump tires, little scam coin, really. Well, it's the pump tires, but they've got all their links to the old Hex sites and stuff. So we're not going to entertain Gold Hex. It looks a good name, right? Now, be very careful. Lately, we've had a lot of these tokens jump up, right? Pump tires. If you're going to pay pump tires, you've got to know the game. And typically, you want to play pump tires before it even migrates often, most of the time, right? Before it even gets to PulseX. And the other thing is that a lot of these teams, that they do links to websites and stuff, like most of it's scam, right? Most of it's set up. You can make a cool website that looks like you're making the best DeFi product in the world these days with AI software. So you've got to be careful now. No mucking around. You might go, oh man, look at this new protocol. Oh, it's going to be 10,000x. Nah, that's just a scam. All right, so just be careful out there, and you'll get rugged on day one. So I just want to say that again. I said it a little bit yesterday, but I just want to say it again. There's a lot of it out there, and there's a couple of teams in particular running these things. So you got to be careful. These teams don't care about you; they just care about their mad gains that they're making in the hustle. Now, all right, so let's go to the next one. We've got Dump there, Dump Tires. It's been around for over a month there. 72% DevC coin or DevCoin. Been around for over a month as well. A lot of pump tire ones from looks at to 30%. Your mum, right along with Elon Musk, right? His mum, I think it was 4 months ago, up 26% there. Pepe pump tires, one of the originals, is 7 months, up 25%. So we've got a lot of pump tires there. Swarm, 28 days. I think this is along with another token. That's I think there were two of them at the same time. It's up 24%. So now we've got through all those tokens, which you take them for what they are. Not worthy, in my view. Maybe the Pepe one to some degree. But we got the teddy bear from James and Maria, up 23% right now. And we talked about this yesterday. Let's have a look where this chart is at overall. So the chart's still, it's down obviously, but it's still looking okay. 9 million market cap, 102k liquidity. So liquidity, it's on the lower side, I would argue, for that, but it's still ticking away 74k of volume. And of course, it's people that are either backing, James Maria. We got Remember from OG WebChef, up 22%. 10-0, 6,500. Let's have a quick look at this versus Hex. So actually, I won't. This is with the chart. So the chart's looking pretty good versus Hex, but we're going to jump out of that. That is Remember. Teddy bear, of course, along all these teddy bears, all James and Maria, right? So teddy bear there. We've got UpX at number 14, so Haunted. And we saw, obviously, LPX there get support from Firewell, right? Moving the SolidX capital there. Controversial, in my opinion. We're big supporters of Firewell. We want them to succeed, and we want all that. But it was a pretty controversial kind of move. Now, from an economic point of view, it may end up being a really good thing, but from a security point of view, arguably risky, right? Arguably risky. So, the security is always the primary one, right? It's always the one that you really, I think, care about the most of the time. there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Liquid loans up 18% right now as well. And that is how that's going. Well, we know that Liquid Loans and Crypto Crazies are doing a lot of crypto conferences on behalf of Liquid Loans, Pulse Chain, I think, to some degree, and of course, crypto. So it's nice to see a little bit of move here with the old Liquid Loans at the bottom. Now, obviously, they got about $52 million worth of value. One can decide how much they've spent on this so far. Let's assume they spent 10%, let's say $5 million. That still leaves them with a lot, 45 mil. If you want to go on the upside of that, so they spend 10 mil on all the protocols they've done. Remember Teller, Fork, and Fetch. And of course, was it Pulse Chain Safe, which is the multi-sig, right? And of course, Liquid Loans itself, the liquidity fork. In fact, it's the biggest liquidity fork, but it's had I think, some issue with it, isn't it? I just can't remember what the issue was. I'll have to go back and do a refresher, but that is where we are right now on the old Liquid Loans. So not hot on the price, but could get re-rated quite big if Pulse Chain goes on a move, and we'll see. Well, what else we got there? Liberty at the moment, 3 months, been around for, up 16%. Zero Trust, been around for over a month, up 16% there. Tropa, along with the Teddy Bear, James Maria, with the DIE pair there, up 16%. And that's got a market cap of 52 million based on this. Now, obviously, you have to always dive into the market cap and decide how real do you think one market cap is over another, especially amongst the big protocols. So, that's kind of where that is at the moment. We've got Love.io at number 19. I've been around for over 5 months there. This is a pair with DIE, with Anders leading this at 15%. We don't really know when they're going to be pulling the trigger on anything or whether they've got anything to pull the trigger on. We keep open mind about that, but we ask the questions, basically, don't you? Ask the questions. 15% there right now. We got Hex on Pulse Chain, the pump tires. Been around for 7 months, 15%. Let's have a look at this one, shall we? Pump tires one. Let's have a look at this chart. So the benefit of the Hex on the pump tires is that you only have 1 billion tokens, right? And this chart's actually still looking pretty good. 00073 right now. 75k liquidity, 732k market. So that's decent. It's a decent sort of ratio there. It's about 10%, just over 10%. Which is pretty good. We've got the volume there, 4,200. So, that's probably fair volume versus the liquidity, let's say. Ticking away there right now. What else we got there? Number 21 is X Game. So X Game Firewall. Of course, this is looking very bullish. This is the next big launch on Pulse Chain and potentially what I would call one of the two possibilities of a killer app on Pulse Chain. We're after those. We're hunting the killer app. The one where it goes viral, where it brings a lot of capital into the chain. And this is one of the two that we have. So we've been waiting for a long time for this. Fingers crossed, that this makes a multi-chain, storm, as it were. We do know that Firewall said that the founder of Base Chain is going to be promoting this to all his cohorts. So that could be really good. Profits will be moving over into SolidX, buying and burning it. Staker rewards and things like that. So, let's see where that goes at the moment. Holding up pretty well. Look at that chart. And the RSIs were hot the whole time. Defying the laws of gravity on the old RSIs. But they're 4 hours cool down. We have got that at 61 right now. The daily RSI is still hot, running hot, over 70. But look how hot it's been running all this time. Pretty crazy, right? And then the weekly was pretty hot too. Let's see if that's come down a little bit. No, it's still super hot at 87. But the launch is, coming up within a few weeks, let's say. So we'll keep a tab on that. I don't know if we've got any update on this, so we'll quickly have a look, see whether we have, and see whether there's any updates on this one. So Firewall, one of the two big whales. We got both whales launching their products in October, delayed from September, but definitely looking close. 6 hours ago, with launch getting closer, here's one we're both excited about. Every X Game title, so there's obviously going to be multiple games on X Game Decentralized Casino. The first one's going to be a crash game, which we're going to be looking at. I've already done some content on that. Will be playable directly inside Telegram. OMG! So that is new. So we didn't know that. So every X Game title will be playable directly inside Telegram. That is new news. I wasn't aware of that myself. Haven't seen that before. Crash will be there on day one. Oh wow! And we already know they got Solid Trader already on Telegram. So this is pretty breaking news there. That's impressive. Wow. Wow, whoopie day, whippy. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to copy that. That is pretty exciting. I'm going to go to our X Game channel here on live. As you guys know, we have X Game Portal, the first community dedicated to X Game. So I'm going to raid that and post that. Bam. That's big news. So that's just gone into X Game Portal. I think we've got the links to X Game Portal in the video description. So if you want to join up, you can do that. If you're on X, I think it's at the profile, top of the profile, but I'll have to double check that. But in any case, hit me up in Telegram or on Discord, and I'll give you the link to join up to X Game Portal. All right, so that is pretty cool news. So we got good thing we checked. Good thing we checked in real time. The chart is looking hot. Wow, hot in RSI, but hot as well. Waiting for the launch there. So that's pretty cool. That's the next big thing on Pulse Chain. Could be a very important thing as well. So we'll see. Time dividend number 22. One of the best charts on Pulse Chain from KG. And they're doing some good things, spreading the word, on X basis with, Qcoin and others. And that is sitting at 3800th of a penny right now on the old time dividend and earning some nice rewards there too. Nice yields as well. What else we got going there? Finvestor at number 24 is $4.72, up to 14% right now. And of course, that's still quite relatively off the high, quite a bit. PDC the Greys there. Let's have a look at this one. This one here, I think this one here got hurt from Vouch. What do you guys reckon? I think I haven't looked at the chain analysis, but it's just my guess that Vouch took a lot of air out, because Vouch is there's a pretty kind of a blue chippy type of protocol with the validators, and now number one validator on Pulse Chain with something like 4,500 validators. They've also got the tax reflection token similar to PGC the Greys. So they have taken that out. They don't have the sophisticated locking, I don't believe, and of course and stuff like that, but they do. It has probably taken a little bit of wind out of the size of PGC. That said, of course, there's some very important influencers and other backers PGC, including of course Barry Banana, who does an amazing job. But definitely, I think they had a little bit of a hit from that, which means that there may be a lot of opportunity in here at some stage. Let's see. Let's see where that lies. So we've got the RSI down at 42. So, that's on the weekly. On the daily, definitely in the oversold territory still. So it might be a bit of an opportunity there. Was that last little drop there to 0002200 the low, because it's a bounce from there, and the RSI is kind of friendly for the upside there. So probably not too bad a zone for accumulating right now. What else we got going? Let's scroll all the way down here to number 26, Peacock. Of course, we're going to be enjoying CoinNarkies coming up, of course, from Mac and Michelle, along with Coinwell. It's going to have the battle of the memes, and I think that's a great concept. So very excited about that. Apparently, there's going to be some volume. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play, maybe possibly from Coinwell. That's going to burn the King of the Hill, or whatever they're going to call it, King of the Battle. Battle of the memes, and they're going to burn a bit of supplies I don't know what the frequency will be, but let's say it's weekly. That means potentially every week they could be burning off a little bit of supply from these meme coins. A lot of meme coins, of course, are pump ties, so they have a fixed supply of 1 billion. A few of those pump ties do, burn their own tokens, but this could be pretty mega bullish for the whole meme space on Pulse Chain. Especially when teams, get out there and meme, and that's what the teams are supposed to be doing, meming. But what I find, and this is my, observation every day, and I've covered the meme coin thing quite a bit, and I want to cover Battle of the Memes because I think it's fun, right? And is that a lot of the meme teams, they will meme like 1 or 2 days, and then they'll die off. The markets will be down, they'll stop meming. You got to meme in the bear market and the bull market. You got to be meme everywhere. Meme. Right? If you find influencers, go meme them. Don't pester them, but go meme them. If you've got project teams out there, go meme them. If you've got other chains out there, communities, go meme them. There's so many places you can go meme that you're not saturating yourself too much. You definitely want to saturate the market, but you got to go meme. And that's true for all protocols. But different protocols have different audiences to some degree. So, but memes are pretty generic, and you can go meme. But I really am seeing the fact that there's not enough memeing at all from the meme. So if I say at 100% how much of the meme people are memeing, I think they're memeing about 10%. That's right. That's how bad it is. 10%. There's a couple of exceptions, but not much. So meme out there, meme. So that's all I could say. All right. So that is where we are right now. Let's have a look at some of these others. We got obviously a little bit of movement going on here, but we've got World's Greatest Pedo Printer from OG Web Chef, number 29 at 12%. We got Vouch, which I was saying is probably eaten a bit of PDC's lunch recently. This is my guess there, being the big blue chip. It's had a big hyper rally. I was, I didn't want to stream too much on it up here. I was being asked to stream about it back here on the 15th, but I didn't really want to, I'm telling you guys about this product. It's at the top of the market. Go, not buy it. Not that I tell you to buy anything, but that is the inference there is, the people, I don't want to talk about at the top of the market. And I thought it was, and it was the top, and it's come down since then. So that's kind of cool. And I haven't really talked too much about it. We're at quadruple 5,700 is where that is right now on the market. It has had some consolidation over the last 5 days or so. So that's good news there. The RSI is down to 50, which is a much more reasonable place to be on that one. So pretty cool. Let's go see if it's got any news on this as well. It is, I would say, adding to the blue chip now because it has got the backing of the number one validator on PulseChain. So I would consider this a blue chip class. We don't have a lot of blue chips on PulseChain. Let's be frank. Should I do a show on that? Should I do a show? I'll do on that. And we got Vouch at the moment. Vouch here at the moment. And so let's see what else they got there. So today is the 27th, so 26 US time. We don't have a weekly update. We'll get one soon. But let's see if they've got any updates recently. Can't see anything particular. Yeah, so the 24th, that's the last update really that we had. So that was a couple, 2 days ago or so. So 50 validators, new validators, and 17 community validators. So there we go. So they're still growing, and that's important. So that is a Vouch, and we'll probably get an update soon on their weekly update. But they are number one valid on PulseChain. That is significant, right? If you think PulseChain's got a long-term, performance, which we do, then yeah, it's yeah. What we're going to find with PulseChain, I think, is that it will get re-rated pretty quickly. That's kind of the way I feel about where PulseChain's going to be. So there we go. We got quadruple 5,700. That is the mark there on Vouch, and yeah, I might as well create a new blue chip one there. 9mm at 1 cent, up 12% right now. Now this is the second biggest DEX, right? So 9mm is second biggest DEX. How's it performing? Well, it's doing 1.4 million. I mean, compare that to 9inch, which is really struggling. It's at 100,000, and ironically enough, that's where SolidX is holding up that whole 9x. Look at it; it's got all the volume in there, and that's kind of crazy. Well, there's 65k left at the moment. But really, 65% of the volume on 9inch is SolidX. So kind of weird SolidX having such big liquidity there. I think all SolidX liquidity should be in PulseX, right? Should be over here. At the moment, we've still got a lot there, 3.8 million, 3.5 million. So we've got ink token. As we know, that Firewall is like number 3 biggest ink holder. So it's probably not surprised it's the biggest pool, 3.8, 3.5 here as well. And so on. So yeah, it's it's earning some nice fees in there, no doubt, being an LP provider for the old ink. And then we've got another peer down there somewhere, haven't we? Where's that? We've got a third peer as well. Where's it gone? I don't know, it disappeared. But that is interesting. A 9mm, let's have a look there. I don't know what the biggest liquidity holders are, but it's Richard Hart Cores for the most part. Yeah, Richard Hart Cores. So that is it at the moment. So it's cool to see most of it there. But of course, now we've got all the stuff over apparently 28 million or so. I'm not sure how that's set up, but over on LPX. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So that is the play. What else are we going to say about that? Or via LPX, I should say. Let's keep going here. We're doing pretty well at this point. Don't get distracted, guys. Don't get distracted. We got Vouch. So we got Hex now, number 32 to number 35. Represent up over 10%. So that's good news. 0.8 of a penny. Pulse Puppy. I know you guys like your puppies, but that's been around for over 2 years, up 10%. $110. Let's have a quick look at that. Let's have a quick look at that. It's got a big price on it, big price tag, $110. And let's have a look at that. So let's go to the weekly on. This one's been around for a while. Don't talk about this one much, but it is up there, up and down. So it's at the bottom of the range right now. It's 110. Let's have a look at the pulse ratio though. Maybe it might be a bit more telling. It's the ratio. Yeah, having a nice little bump today, this week. And look at 3 million to 3.25 million per pulse per pulse pup. That on the play. What else? There we got number 37, Teddy Bear. I was looking at Teddy Bear yesterday because it was right at the bottom, and I was thinking, oh, this is been really oversold. Well, it's up 10% today, so it's nice to see it having a little bounce there. This is of course Moon King in that. But even I don't know how much they've been supporting it recently, but it's certainly coming off the bottom there at 11/100th of a penny. Now just below 13/100th of a penny right now. RSI definitely was oversold there. That's what I was looking at yesterday. Picking off some ones here. So I think if you look at some coins and they've got a really low oversold RSI and they've got big influences or big money that might come into them, you think they've got a good brand, they may be worthy of picking up a bit at the bottom there. All right, so I was about to melt down there. We've got Die Hard there as well, number 39. It's up 10%. We've got ALGO Hex derivative at number 39 as well. So we've got a PDI derivative and a Hex derivative there on the back of Hex, which is also up 10%. So not too surprising there. Number 42, RSI oversold at 1/10 of a penny, up 10%. We got, obviously, we talked about Vouch earlier. Well, we've got the derivative there, V Pulse for Vouch is 9.8%. For Vouch State. Number 44 is Most Wanted, one of the Richard Hart pump tires there, up 9.7%. And then we get into the solid X's of the world, and they are up 9.6% today. We've got the pump tires version, which is the green one. This is the one where he controlled about 82%. I'm not exactly sure what his current holding is of this. Let's go have a look and see what Firewell is holding of this one. This is I don't know why he did another solid. I think he just did the solid X because he didn't want someone else to get it. And that's why he did, second solid X, even though the yellow one is the one you need to stake. So it looks like, 84% of his coins are sitting in the, I guess it's the LPX contract, I guess. 84% of the coins sitting there, I'm guessing. I haven't looked at that, but Pulse, it's got Pulse XLP. So sitting in there. And how much is in this pool? 844. So 844. Oh, that is the Pulse X pool. So he's got all of his coins sitting in a Pulse X pool for looks of it. And here 506. So he's earning nice little LP fees. Smart little players, Mr. Firewell. Look over here, guys. Look over there. So he's sitting in these LP pools, earning nice fees. That's how the rich get richer. They either borrow money, right? They never sell and they borrow the asset, or they sit in the LP pools and just keep earning cool cash. Richard Hart, what's he doing? What's that guy doing? What's Rack and Michelle doing? And what all the big guys doing, right? Sitting in their big funds and sitting in the pool. All right, so that is where they are right now. Let's have a look. That is currently a 00067, so not looking too hot. Is this is kind of the weak solid X, but that's where it is right now. Now the real solid X is the solid X here, the yellow one. That's the one you're going to be able to stake. Now I say real, but this one's still real. It's just not the one they're going to be staking with. So I've got to be careful with my words there. But solid X here, 9.5% right now. And these are the bigger peers. Yeah, the bigger peers. We've also got solid X Pulse, which is a smaller peer, 119k. But we'll go to the Ink peer. I just remember that Firewell's, I think, number 3 biggest whale, he said. And so not surprised sitting in this one. Now, this one here has been struggling a little bit with the price at $6.58 right now. And, of course, recently was up at $9.60. And I thought that was a good deal, right? Good deal, really. And it's now $6.58, so even better deal. It has recovered a little bit there. And the amount that it's worth versus Ink is at 4.8. So the Ink's definitely dropped off there in US dollars. So there we go. That is a solid X. Now this is going to be, you're going to be able to stake this, right? You're going to be able to, there's going to be different stake tiers. Every tier is going to be based on US dollars, not on the amount of solid X. That means that people coming later, if the price pumps, they'll be able to get into the top tier pools and rewards. And of course, also they're going to have things like bank accounts at certain levels and credit cards and things like that. So he's looking at a full DeFi suite here, and this would be, probably first to market, right? First to market on Pulse Chain as a blue chip offering. The other thing is that the only one I've heard talking about credit cards in particular has been Liberty Swap, but we'll see how that goes too. 6.58 right now is the old Solid X. A nice little pump back there, almost 10%. Now he's been talking about Solid X going to $100 on the launch, possibly of X Game. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Also talked about potentially $1,000 per Solid X in the top, but he's just made this defensive play with LPX, so we'll see where all that leads. Take it for what it is. These are people's projections there. All right, so let's have a look at the next ones there. So at number 50, we got the most token and Solid X. UFO at 952 up 9%. So we've got lots of green today. Rhinify up 9.4%. Big shout out to Rhinify there. We got Delt token there up 9% right now. Another rich up pump tires there. That's at number 60 as well. Incentive token at number 62, $1.35. So we've got lots of green guys today, 8%. We've got Hex A there from Pulsalium, the incentive token there up 8% there. Fitzgerald, the one there that sold it. Ouch. It's down at 0.3 of a penny. Well, I hate to say I was right, but was I right? I was right. Okay, you can't always be right, but I was definitely right on this occasion. There anyway, so that is the mark. They're still up, from the bottom quite a bit. Obviously, you can see that fundamentally, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what I said at the start of the show. All right, so we got Stake Death there, one of the 4 copies, up 7.6%. Let's have a look at that. And of course, part of the big pulse chain experiment from Richard Art was price discovery, right? What do people value something at? That's the key. And obviously, we got the Stake Death here valued at 0.4 of a penny. Right now, it's a 700k market, so still small by comparisons to a lot, but it is there. Pump tires, tribute to Donald Trump, 45.47, up 7.6% today. Let's have a quick look at this one as well. 000 and 98, so still off the bottom there, but it's still got value at almost $1 million market. They can recover pretty quickly on the old Trump theme there. Pulsalium, the main farm, is at 7.0, so it just lost a 0 just temporarily. It was probably easily flipped back to 6 zeros. It's up 7.5% right now. Let's have a look to see this farm. The latest farm, of course, on Pulse Chain, having a little bit of a bounce back in the weekly candle there. I don't know what the farm yields are like at the moment, but they're just ticking away. Reserve Tay there is up 7% as well. X is up 6.5% there. Sparta with the Hex Treasury up 6.4% at number 76. Lady Gaga there, 75, up 6% as well. Soil Sun Minimum, the big corporate on Pulse Chain, up 5%. And we know that they're sitting on probably, well, based on my view, I said we know. My assessment is that they've got well in excess of $10 million that they could pump this at any time they want, anytime they'd so choose. But I believe we're still waiting for the Floyn listing. And I heard some other rumbles out there too. So we'll try and get an update on that. All right. What else? APC number 80, up 5%. Pump tires, the official token, I guess you would call it, up 5% there as well. Pump tires die around 7 months there, up 3.8% there. Well, how's that looking actually? Let's have a look at the pump tires die. Okay, it's not looking, it's not bad, but it's just not looking good there. It's at the bottom. We've got a lot of coins looking like this right now, right? A lot of coins looking like this near the lows, right? Price lows up 3.8% there at the moment on the old P die. Or pump tires die, let's say. Phoenix is at number 84, up 3% there. Zero Trust there, up 2.8%. Go token sitting at 9.6 cents, so down a little bit from that 10 cents that we saw the other day at 1% there. So we got 91 coins that are green today, guys. 91 that are green. So 9 out of 10, that's pretty good. Because we've had it the other way most of the time. It's been like 1 out of 10. We've got 9 out of 10. So it's a nice little green day. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And we've got a few crap coins at the top. A few crap coins. All right, so that's kind of the play there. And of course, as you guys know, we've got Gladiator Games Tournament 3 is live. The Return of the Empire. I love that. Return of the Empire there. That is coming up. So let's do it. All right, let's bring up the Rome token, see how Rome is going. Obviously, you guys know it's the Return of the Empire, so a bit of a recovery in the old Rome token empire. Now, Tournament 3 is open, so the founder has recovered, put in a lot more security in place, and set things up correctly. And so we've got, the Game 3, Tournament 3, the Return of the Empire is on. And we've got a good number of players already. So for those gamers out there, I'm a gamer. In the past, I used to be a full-on gamer, but of course, as time permits and as you get a bit older, you do a few other things. But I'd say, I'm an average gamer. Let's say average gamer now, whereas I used to be, quite dedicated gamer. Not an obsessed gamer, never obsessed gamer. I know some obsessed gamers. They, I don't know. I don't want to go there, but they play too much. They play too much games. But here, this is one of the full-fledged game on Pulse Chain. We are having the beginning of a Game 5 revolution on Pulse Chain. With the likes of Mafia from Jacob, Gladiator Games, which is fully launched at the moment, and of course getting rapid iterations and updates. We're on Tournament 3, cash prizes every weekend. Come on, guys. First game with full-on cash prizes operating in real time every weekend, so you can participate in that. We've obviously got other games coming, the Crash game coming from the casinos. We're going to have on-chain bet coming up as well eventually, maybe next year, maybe we'll see. And then we've got Giza coming with another Mafia game as well. 2 Mafia games on Pulse Chain. Say what? I know, it's going to be crazy. They're going to be probably very different from each other, but we'll be following that as well. So, new team, we have to see, actions have to follow up words. Easy to say you're going to launch a game, but you actually got to launch. So we'll keep a tab on that. We'll keep open-minded, and hopefully we'll get another game there. So, 2 casinos with games, 3 actual games, and we'll see how we go. But let's get into some of the news around that. So that is up and running, and let's jump over to that. So Gladiator Games, just 1 hour until the third Gladiator game. Well, actually, this is launched now. So how long is this? That would be 9:30. So 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours ago, the tournament went live. It runs for the whole weekend. So you guys are all early. There's $650 of prizes this weekend. So tournament 1 had $650 of prizes plus some legendary weapons that you get for the lower prizes. Week 2 had $750 with some legendary weapons, and so week 3 has got $650. But the amount of players has actually been growing. Tournament 1, Tournament 2, and Tournament 3. I haven't even joined yet Tournament 3, and we've already got as many players as we had for Tournament 2. So Tournament 3 is definitely filling up there. Now I think they had 15 on there, but I think 20 is probably going to be up there, so you can join up today and get in the tournament. This is next week. They're also probably going to be going on to tier 2. So there's different levels of games on it. So the first 3 weeks is a tier 1. So tier 2 will be coming up. There's tier 3 later on. That'll be several weeks later, another 3 weeks later probably. So I will I'll be playing on tier 1. Now I think they're going to be looking to have prizes in tier 1 and tier 2 moving forward, etc. as the game goes forward. So this is tier 1 games right now, $650. And so you can come in at any time and start playing. So I think it's 300,000 gold to play. So let's go to the website here and check that out. So I'll leave a link to this as well. You can check that out. That is Gladiator Games. So Gladiator Games, and I will give you guys a quick cheat sheet to how to start it, and that you can actually buy some players that are pre-kitted out there. I certainly got in there and did a few pre-kitted characters that you can quickly get in and battle, and so on. So there we go. Now you do have to upgrade armor and weapons and things like that if you want to compete with the top guys, because these guys are they've been playing a bit there and getting all the best equipment, but you can buy the best equipment on the market as well. All right, so that is Gladiator Games. Now let's jump over to the Halbert here, because I want to scroll back down here. Now they did get on here as well, so Gladiator Games. Now this is on B&B, but they basically got on the top rank shut there, Gladiator Games there. So they're in top 4 ranked now. So they're really starting to get notoriable here. This is on Play to Earn, which is the #1 Web3 game tracking site. And so it's great to see Pulse Chain getting some reference there, which is pretty cool. So Gladiator Games showcased on that one. But also big influencers like Xavier started posting out about it, which is pretty cool. He's got 480,000 followers. So good to see Xavier there posting out about that. But what I wanted to talk about was... where are we going here? We got Gladiator Games. They got 20 Gladiator Games there. I think you got 15 on the list there, but probably get to 20 by the time all said and done today. You guys can be one of those 20. But I want to talk about this part here. This is how to get onto it. So all you have to do to join the game is to go to Gladiator Games, crypto.net. You connect up a crypto wallet. Always use a DGen wallet. You guys know the rules. You guys know, and it doesn't matter what it is out there. Always a DGen wallet. You can put some pulse in that DGen wallet and start playing today. That's pretty much it. Create free gladiators. You can have as many gladiators as you want. There are 4 different types of gladiators, and you can choose whatever you want. Some of them have 2 swords. Some of them have a net and a trident. There's lots of different ones there. Shields and spears. You know how it works. Swords and shields. So the 4 different types. You can create free gladiators. You can then upgrade their skills. You can do that for free. You can just click the buttons. There's 5 different skills like strength and agility and things like that. You can upgrade those every 24 hours. You can speed that up by buying Rome and using Rome token to upgrade those. You can also buy or craft weapons. You can go for resource hunting. There's a couple of resources things. You can do quests, buy assets like mines that mine you resources, and you can use those to craft weapons, so that you can do all that. Or you can just go and buy the weapons. So if you haven't got time for that, you just want to buy some of the best weapons and be one of the top, armored fighters, go do that and then go fight. Go fight in the gladiators there. So that's equipped there. There's also training, so you can train on AIs against AIs there and fight yourself. No, you can fight AI, but it uses the same character. And you can go into little paid battles. So you can do little paid battles with others and get the telegram and say, hey, look, I want to play a battle. Get in there, and you can put up gold for the play there. So after you've done the free gladiators and got them trained up and had some practice, you can get some gold. And of course, that is pulse. So 1-to-1 ratio. So if every gold that you get is 1 pulse, so you can buy 100,000 gold for 100,000 pulse, and you can start getting yourself in the game. Now, you can then join tournaments, right? So you can spend gold to compete in weekly tournaments and win huge cash prizes if you're winning, of course. Now, you can win 2 ways. You can win by winning the battle itself, because I think it's 20,000 gold per battle. But also, if you win the tournament, you can get, I think it's like $200 or something like that. So it's a whole ton of cash prizes there. So it's pretty cool. Now, the one thing I would say is that you probably want 300,000 to join the tournament. Gold, that's gold, so 300,000 poles plus. Maybe a couple 100,000 for fighting. Maybe 300,000 or something like that. It depends on how much you're going to be fighting in the game. If you're going to be fighting a lot, it could be more than that. But it just depends on how good you think you are. And if you want to go in and have a bit of fun, maybe get one of some of the lower prizes. You could end up in the middle of the table, top 10, for example. And you'd be happy to get some legendary weapons for the next fight, sort of thing. So there's lots of stuff there for everybody there. So that is Gladiator Games. Pretty easy to follow their 5 steps to join up there. So hopefully that was pretty cool. What else are we going to say? I think that's it on that one. So that is the Gladiator Games. Let's quickly go to the website so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All you have to do is basically follow those steps. Is connect your wallet. I'm going to decode it, connect there. You can connect your wallets, and you can do that. And then once you're on there, you'll be able to get set up a free Gladiator, and got all the lists there. You can set that up and go play with those other steps that I talked about here. Just follow steps. So connect your wallet, create free gladiators, upgrade the skills, buy weapons, craft weapons, seek resources, do AI battles, and get some gold, and then join the tournament. That's kind of the play there. So not bad. I'll leave you a link to this in the chat there if you guys want to check out the guide, 5-step guide. But that's what I'll be doing after the live stream. I'll be joining the tournament myself. And looking forward to being average. Last time I was average, and I got a prize. I got a legendary weapon, so I was pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with it. All right. What else are we going to say? I think that's it. The Rome token at the moment is currently, after the hack that they had, so they did have a hack of the OA wallet, but the price is, probably maybe 60% recovered, and then it's just a little bit of early, because people bought it down here. There's a little bit of profit taking there. Currently at 4.051 at the moment, and the Rome token is going to be increasingly used in the game as well. So keep a look out for that. All right, so cool. Only game 3. So every week the tournament might get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're still really early for the journey for Gladiator Games, and it's great to have a full-fledged game on the Pulse chain that is operating with cash prizes. That's pretty cool. So keep a lookout, folks. It's going to continue to grow, I'm sure, and a lot of more security provisions have been put into the game over the last couple of days, so that's good news as well. Tournament 3 is on, and I will see you guys on the battlefield. That's all I can say. All right, so we're up to an hour and 15 minutes right now. Tournament 3 Gladiators is on. I'll see you there. And if you have any questions, get into the Telegram for Gladiator Games. Is the best place. They also have the voice chat open, and they'll be sharing battles in there as well in the voice chat. They can share screens, so it'll be on as well. And you just never know. I might do a live stream of some of the battles myself as I get killed. Okay, I'll do my best to win. Victory or death. Victory or death. All right, hope you guys have enjoyed that. And yeah. What happened? I lost what happened? I lost video on that screen. I lost video. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and bye for now. Woohoo! Game on.